What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we are here to talk about Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 4. But we're gonna revisit Episode 3 because your girl ain't do no review on Episode 3. So let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in my life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming here with a force. Yeah. Blessing the reap and we go it on.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna skim through Episode 3 real quick, just so that we can understand Episode 4, because I didn't do my review. Okay. So anyway, Episode 3 started off with Arena and child, it's late. I'm trying to figure out what's homegirls. Winter sitting at the restaurant, going back and forth. Okay. That was kind of interesting to me with their interaction, because Arena was like, well, why are you talking about my children and this, that, and the third? And Winter was like, well, I was just simply trying to share the information that somebody sent me in my inbox. I sent it to you. You didn't want to look at it. So what's it to you? Like, why are we? I don't really understand why Arena and Winter are going back and forth. Like, Arena, you're mad at her, but then you want her to tell you what the message was, but then you don't care. Girl, read the message. Move on. Child, you are exhibiting gutter Barbie behavior right now. Like this, I just think that all of this stuff with them is just piss poor. Like, who cares? Let's move on. Let's get out of here. You hear? This is stupid. Y'all going back and forth sounding real dumb, okay? So I see Arena, they go back and forth talking about, because Arena made a tweet saying, you must don't know me in real life. You better pray I don't see you in these DC streets. I will show you how mute I am. Because Winter went on and called the lady mute. Now, here's my thing, Winter. You do tend to throw shots, right? And then you want to act innocent later. You can't do that. You can't be out here sullying people's names in the streets, saying all this nasty stuff about them. Then you justify it because they're equally being mean to you. Like, where are we going? What's happening? Okay. Moving on, a very important scene of this episode for me was Ashley and her mother. Okay. I think that this whole scene with Ashley is the typical daughter mother relationship. Okay. I just want to know if Ashley has any brothers, because most Black mothers put everything on their daughters, especially if you're the oldest daughter. Like, you got to do everything. You are the prototype. Okay. You got to be everything for everybody. But them sons, oh, they're going to jump over rivers, moons, and the lakes that you're used to for their sons. Okay. They're not going to do all that for their daughters. They might, but not so quickly. Okay. Everything is on the daughter. The daughter can do everything herself. But the sun rises and sets on their sons. They gonna bend over backwards for them boys, but not for their daughters. And I felt Ashley when she was saying that her mother cares more about her image and how she looks at church and how everybody perceives her, versus really paying attention to Ashley's feelings. Like, the mother really, she wasn't trying to apologize, because she wasn't really trying to accept responsibility or really acknowledge Ashley's feelings. And I think that that's a problem in a lot of African American households with parents, period. Like, everybody's so worried about what other people think. Nobody want to go to therapy. Nobody want to deal with their issues. Everybody want to just act like everything is hunky-dory behind doors, and you better not tell nobody what's going on. It's like you're left to deal with all this stuff on your own, which Ashley talked about how, it took her a while in intense therapy for her to get through her situation with her mother. And so, which we see later on in the episode, triggered her when Jamie was saying the things that he was saying about his son. So I really hope that Ashley and her mom brought up some good points where she was like, I love my grandchildren. Like apparently she left Ashley when Ashley was 16 to go move in with some man. The mother did. And so Ashley was pretty much left to raise herself. But then when Ashley got pregnant, then the mom came back and she dumped the boyfriend and she was a full-time grandmother. Now, while that's all amazing and all, you still can't be out here leaving your children. Like, can't leave your children, mama. But again, I hope that they are able to mend that relationship, because that was really, really hard to watch. It really was hard to watch, but it was so triggering because, you know, that's just the relationship that like a lot of like a lot of girls have with their mothers. It's sad. It's really sad. Moving on, we go to Joy and child, I can't even remember his daggone name. Joy and her man, okay? And Cliff. So Joy and Cliff are at the oil store. They're talking about he's trying to do a beard oil, another stream of income for him. I don't know what they do, but in episode 4, their house is nice. We're gonna get into that, but both of them must got a little coin, because child, this beard oil must be taken off that he done made, because this thing right here, this couple has got some coins. Okay, moving on. I don't know if it's like the Housewives where you got to have a coin to be on here, but I mean, they got it. All right. So they're in the store and then they're talking about the wedding. She's like, she don't really want a wedding. She don't want people there. Like, she ain't really trying to be paying for all them people's plates. That's what it sounds like. She trying to have all her money in this house that they buying. Let's, till death do us part, but we don't part with our coins for these people that we don't care about. Now, I'm going to go on a little slight tangent here. I am of the belief, I'm one of those people where I feel like, let's just get married where it's just the two of us. Or we have a small ceremony, because I am not a firm believer in paying $100 a plate for everybody to come to my wedding. And most of you mofos ain't even gonna bring me no gift. Like, I can't. I don't know why people be out here paying $40,000-$50,000 for weddings. Even degular people, the minimum you paying for a wedding is $15,000-$20,000. Okay, you got to get you a dress, you got to get you a venue, you got to pay for all these people that half of them you don't even like, and your parents made you invite some of them because she wanted to invite the librarian that gave you your first book when you was 2 years old. You see, I can't. Me and my husband, we did destination just for this. You want to come? Hop a flight. We're not paying for it. Bring your here on your dime, not mine. Okay, and that's that on that. All right, but y'all, Joy and Cliff, you do you, sweeties. You do what you got to do. But I did what I had to do, and I wasn't paying the $5. Okay, moving right along. So Cliff wants all the bells and whistles in the wedding. He feels like everybody deserves it because, they were on TV. So everybody's invested in their relationship. But I'm with Joy. Listen, she ain't saying it's because of the money, but it's because of the money. Moving on. So in the next scene of it all, okay, Quick is trying to surprise Ashley, and he's trying to do a surprise birthday party for her. So Ashley's friend Alicia, Quick calls her because she's in on it. She's trying to help him surprise Ashley, and Ashley is so nosy. Like, you can't literally surprise this girl. So he tells Alicia, make sure y'all on time. Don't be late. This is a surprise. Don't screw it up. Don't screw the pooch. Okay. So she goes and she assures him that she's going to make it do what it do. And she goes in the house and she's talking to Ashley. So they talk about the whole situation with her mother and the conversation that she had with her mom and how it went and all that good stuff. And it just didn't go well. She didn't come out of that conversation feeling like her mother really was sorry about what she did. But Ashley at this point is just like, what it is, what it is. I'm just going to take it for what it is and move on. I'm going to continue to be in therapy and make it do what it do for me. Now, I thought it was interesting. They had some tattoo artists come over. And I think they was doing something on their finger or something where it's a heart or something. I don't know what a smiley face, if you will. I don't know what the foolishness in they was doing. Somebody was gonna have the eyes and somebody was gonna have the mouth. I think it was supposed to be like so you can go like this or something. Why y'all make that man? Why y'all make that man come all the way over your house for that? How much you pay this man? It had to be some extreme publicity for him. Yes, this is a TV show, but I would have loved if I'm a tattoo artist. I want somebody to see some real work that I'm doing, cause that ain't gonna make me book you, sir. You did a smiley face and two eyeballs, dots, if you will, and you came all the way yonder to Ashley's house down into her basement, very nice basement, and you did that tattoo. You know what? I'm a pass. I'm a pass on that. Okay, moving on. All right. In the next scene, Arena's mother has made breakfast. Jamie and Arena come down to eat. They're talking about little Jamie and everything that transpired, and just basically how they just really need to try to reel him in and figure out what's going on. And then Arena talks about how Jamie is now retired, so he always around the house, and they really got nothing the dad gonna do. She like, why don't you work for me? And he like, yeah, no, I ain't doing that. So his newfound freedom got him sitting around the house, and Arena ain't liking it too much. Moving on, in the next scene, they're at the party. Sherelle comes to the party. Alicia is not there yet, but Angela, Ashley's assistant, is there. But there's a whole crazy uproar because Alicia unfortunately gets into a car accident and she totals her car. So Quick makes the decision that he's not going to tell Ashley at the party, because he's like, oh, this is her birthday, this is her surprise birthday party, I don't want to ruin it for her. And I was on Ashley's side. Ashley was actually pissed that Quick didn't tell her sooner, because he was trying to wait until the end of the party. Thank God that Alicia was fine. But what you're not going to do is not tell me that my best friend is hurt, because the whole time Ashley didn't even look like she really could have a whole lot of fun, because she is looking at the door looking for her best friend. Like, I know you're lying. She better be here. And if she not here, we're going to have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. My best friend has not arrived. Okay. So Quick finally tells Ashley what's going on and what happened with Alicia and why she's not there. Even though Angela told his tale to tell her in the beginning, because she knew that Ashley was going to be mad. But Ashley calls Alicia. Alicia says that she's okay, but she's hurt. She is hurting. She's at the hospital. But Ashley immediately lashes out at Quick and says, why didn't you tell me? Like, you don't have no friends. That's why, because you don't know how to be nobody's friend. You don't have no friends, so you wouldn't understand. I was like, girl, was it really that serious? Did you have to do that? Like, Ashley is the type of woman that she got to put people down to make her feel better. Like, she can really cut you with the tongue. Like, I was like, wow, girl, you ain't had to do all that, child. That was just a lot. So, moving on. Is this the next day? No, it's not. Hold on, y'all. As I'm scrolling through. Ooh, excuse me, so I can remember what happened. So Quick, Ashley, and Arena, Sherelle, and her husband Black, and Jamie are all sitting down and they're talking. So they're talking about the whole situation with Mumbo Sauce and how that group seems to have fallen apart. Mumbo Sauce is a popular group in DC. So this is why Joy and Cliff don't get along with Sherelle and Black. I don't know if Cliff necessarily has an issue with it, but Joy doesn't get along with Black because it's something going on with something in the water ain't clean about what happened with this group. So they're sitting down and they're all talking, and then the whole situation with little Jamie comes up. And Big Jamie says that he's a spoiled brat, and they talk about the whole thing about him wanting to end himself. Okay. And Ashley takes it to heart because she's like, you know what? I have been in that situation before, and I felt like I wanted to do that. And I never told anybody or really talked to anybody about it. And that's why I'm still in years of therapy, because I felt like people were going to judge me. And I feel like you're doing that to little Jamie right now, because Jamie said, oh, he said he was going to do that, but he just doing it for attention. I think that Quick and Ashley are constantly comparing little Jamie to their son Antonio. And the problem that I have with that is their son is 16. Jamie and Arena been there and done that. So y'all are sitting here trying to dissect what's going on with little Jamie, but you don't know him. He is entitled. He's a very entitled young man. Now, with the whole him wanting to end it all type of thing, that definitely needs some attention. It needs some attending to. Now, whether he is doing it for attention or not, that should never be taken lightly. Never be taken lightly, because I'm sure that anybody would think, okay, I would hate for something to happen, and then they'd be like, if I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Nobody wants to do that, especially not with their child. So they definitely need to pay attention to that. But I think that Ashley and Quick need to keep their advice to themselves about somebody else's children. And that's that on that. So that's it for episode 3, y'all, because that simply ended with the whole Alicia situation and the car wreck. Okay. So I am going to get into episode 4 really quickly after this.
Yeah. Work. To me, I can work. See me do me dirt. So me for that work. When you walk a line. In the gas and drive me at the dirt. Let the devil lurking. Yeah. You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience.
All right, y'all. So let's get into episode 4. So episode 4 opens up with Joy and Cliff at their new home. This house is absolutely amazing. It is gorgeous. My dream is to have a house that has a pool in the back. Number one, because my mom wants a house with a pool in the back. So I would love to, if she isn't going to get one herself, have one at my own house so that she can have the best of both worlds, because I want one too. So I love that. They have so much land. It's like their house is just on an island by itself. It is so beautiful. But I do want them to stop humping up on each other. And you got to do that off camera. I'm just saying. I'm not interested. I don't want to see what y'all be doing. I don't. Okay. But moving on. So they call Lorena, FaceTime her. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. You got to invite us out. Save us a bedroom. We going to come and stay out there with y'all, to see the house. And, she says, okay, definitely we're going to set it up. But I think that they were like acting super close on the phone. Like she was like, hey, boo, boo, and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, are y'all really that close? Are y'all really that friendly? I don't feel it. But okay, whatever, y'all. So moving on, they began to talk about the wedding and potentially having a baby and all this stuff. And she said, well, I got to feel grounded to be able to do all of that stuff. And he's like, well, what is it going to take to make you feel grounded? And I feel like Clifton is constantly chasing Joy being satisfied with their situation. And that can get frustrating at some point. Like, it's no doubt that Joy is in it to win it with him and that she loves him. But a man doesn't always want to have to be reassured in situations. So with her constantly saying, oh, I got to feel like this, I got to do this and then this and that and the third, y'all not no spring chickens. So, girl, put your feet in the sand and don't go down quick. Like, just get it together. Get it together. Get comfortable in your situation. Okay. So moving on. Okay. Ashley and Quick are having breakfast. She comes downstairs. Quick is making her breakfast because, of course, they all probably drunk and hungover from the party from the night before for her surprise party. And he's like, I'm happy we were actually able to surprise you because you are hard to surprise. And then she was like, yeah, she was like, I'm shocked that you were able to pull it off, but I'm pissed at you for not telling me about Alicia sooner at the party. And he was like, yeah, I knew you probably would be, but it was just a chance that I took, and I'm sorry again, whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's messed up. Don't ever do nothing like that. Like, I was really worried about her, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, girl, okay, listen, the man done apologized 11,000 times. Your friend is okay. Let it burn like Usher. Okay. Let it burn like Usher, honey. Okay. So then they started talking about little Jamie and big Jamie. And Ashley talks about how she finds it triggering that big Jamie said to little Jamie that he wanted, after little Jamie said he wanted to end himself, that big Jamie feels like little Jamie was doing it for attention. And Ashley talks about her struggles with mental health and, her bouts with therapy and things like that to try to get through a lot of the things that has happened in her own personal journey of life and growing up. And it just didn't sit right with her. And Quick always got to give his inspirational vitamin that didn't nobody ask about, constantly talking about, first he in other episodes, he was talking about how Jamie and them coddle their son and all this, that, and the third. But then you're constantly trying to tell him how to parent his child. Here's the thing. You don't know their kid. Don't nobody know my child. And my son is 6 years old. No one's going to know him like me and my husband do because we're the only ones that are with him the most. He came out of my body. So I know how to handle him. Nobody is going to come into my house and tell me how to raise my child or tell me from the trials and tribulations of the things that I've gone through with my kid. You're going to tell me how to handle it. Who died and made you the expert on raising kids? I'll wait. And that's the thing. Like, I didn't mention it in episode 3 where Winter was talking about how in the messages somebody was saying that Arena and Jamie are out here running the streets and leaving their youngest son for the grandmother to raise so they can be out here running the streets. It's very clear that they were present in all of their children's lives. Maybe a little too present because some of them were annoyed by the overabundance of presence that they had in their lives because they were big Jamie. For one, they feel like he's constantly trying to control them and tell them what to do. So that is a parent that's present. I don't understand. So I'm gonna need for Quick to save his quick gestures and be slow to giving somebody advice about their children. Now, I get it. Those are your friends. And I definitely agree with them talking about the whole situation where they felt uncomfortable with them basically ignoring the things that little Jamie was saying about not wanting to be here anymore. So I do think that was, that was good to talk about. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't tell them how to raise their kids. But they said that they're going to actually have a conversation with them about the situation. That was when they met them at the arcade place and they had that conversation. But as they're sitting there, Ashley is tired, much like I am right now. She's having struggles with insomnia. She's not getting any sleep. She immediately gets emotional, overwhelmingly emotional, saying that she feels like she's going to pass out. She's so excited about her book, but she hasn't been able to enjoy it because she's so tired from working so much. And I'm like, so Ashley, you sit up here and complain about Quick working all the time, but now you working all the time. So both of y'all just some workaholics. Where do your children fall in line with this? But I guess with Ashley, she tired and working all the time. And she still got to deal with the children. That's probably why she can't get no damn sleep. So Quick does console her and, just tells her that he's proud of her and all the things that she's doing. Which, she has accomplished a lot. I think this show is doing really well for her to help promote all of her endeavors. And I really love how the Love and Marriage franchise promotes the actual people's businesses, not just the glitz and glam lifestyle. I love seeing them in their element because it makes it ever so much more real. So moving on, Arena meets Joy at this hammer and stain place. They're making stuff for Joy's new house, and they sit down to talk about this whole situation with Sherelle, Duncan, and her husband Black. So basically, Joy is talking about this 10-year-old grudge. Okay, let me tell y'all this. I can't stand somebody that holds a grudge with somebody forever, because that's a big sign of immaturity to me, especially at our age, as grown as we are. When you're in your 30s and when you forgive somebody, you're really forgiving them for yourself. Because if you are a person that ever does read the Bible at any point, that's not going to help you get into the gates if you are up here not forgiving people. And why am I thinking about you that much where I'm going to hold a grudge with you? I can easily be done with you if you're a person that's just really not my cup of tea. But if you do something for me, the act of forgiveness is for me, because I need to know in my conscience that it's over and done with. You know what? No hard feelings towards you. You and I are good. Are we going to be besties? No, because I do peep game. I see what you do. And I raise you not being in my life. But I'm not going to do it like that, where it's like, oh, I'm ignoring you, or oh, I'm just going to go ahead and just totally distance myself or whatever, depending on what the situation is. But I can always forgive somebody. Okay, I can forgive you, but that doesn't mean that we have to be the best of friends afterwards. So for her to be mad, so she's mad at Sherelle and Black, mainly Black, because number one, some business dealings with the Mumbo Sauce band. Apparently Black was allegedly saying that this is coming from her, that Joy didn't get along with the drummer. So that's the reason why the group broke up. And she's like, that's the furthest from the truth. Then she says Black was dating one of her friends, and that, he was also dating Sherelle at the same time when he was dating her friend. Here's the thing. If your friend don't care, why do you? They're married. They've actually been married for years. So for you to be mad at that still, I'm going to need you to build a bridge and get over it. You're on a TV show with them now. This is a check for you. This is a coin. Yes, you're probably upset because that band was, an amazing band. And you may have thought that you're constantly thinking in your head about all the amazing things that, could have come of that to this day if you guys were still doing it. But at this point, every demon 5 blessings, as Mel says on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, move on from that. You kill these people with kindness. I'm not going to sit up here and be sulking for years and years, butthurt over something that somebody did to me. Why? Life is too short to be sitting up here holding grudges with people and being nasty to people. It don't make no sense. So Arena is basically like, you can't just get over it. Like, that's at least 10 years old. Like, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and let that go. And Joy is looking like, you must not know me, because I hold a grudge and I will hold it until the day I die. And even after then, I'm going to continue to hold it. I can't stand him, she says. She says she can't stand Sherelle's husband. And if I'm Sherelle and you're telling me that you can't stand my husband, yeah, you and me gonna have a problem. Because ain't nobody ever gonna tell me they can't stand my husband. That's insane to me and crazy. And girl, take your grudge holding behind somewhere else. Nobody got time for that behavior on this show. It's really given, why is Cliff and Joy even on the show? I'm waiting to see where they mesh with the group and it becomes interesting. But I didn't watch Ready to Love, so I'm not that invested in them. But we'll see as time goes along. But moving on, she she basically, Arena was asking her, wanted to ask her to come to the workout that Sherelle is going to be hosting. But clearly Joy is like, you know what? I'm going to pass on that. So in this next scene, quick, Ashley, Jamie, and Arena go to this Funland place, and they eventually all sit down to talk about the whole situation with Jamie and little Jamie. And Arena didn't even know, as they're having a conversation, Arena is reminded that Jamie made that comment about saying that little Jamie was doing it for attention, saying that he wanted to end himself just for attention. Arena was like, I didn't hear him say that, but if you did say that, that's messed up. But, you know, also Quick was kind of giving out advice, talking about, yeah, you know, you tend to get a little hot-headed, Jamie, and this, that, and the third. And, you know, I would never talk to my son the way that. And I'm like, Quick, I know you lying, because you was just sitting on the bed with your wife telling her that she need to stop waking him up for school, because he can wake his own self up at 14. What? So you trying to give your son all this responsibility, and you on his head for something silly. It's like small things. You're constantly on him, and he's 14. How can you give me any advice about my 26-year-old? I've been there, done that. Jamie knows his son. And Arena spoke up, and she was like, no, Jamie is a good dad. What you're not about to do is try my husband and say that he's not a good father. You really, it all boils down to Ashley and Quick should not be trying to give these people advice on their child. Plain and simple. Let them raise their son. Matter of fact, he's not a child anymore. This man is about to be 30 years old. He's going to have to find common ground on his own. And even Jamie was taken back because he's like, you know, yeah, I value the things that Quick says, but I don't like the way he's saying it. And, you know, sometimes Quick just say stuff quickly and he don't think about what he's saying. And I tend to agree with him, because it's like, who are you? And why are you coming for me and my son, and I didn't send for you? I didn't ask you for advice on how to deal with my child. So don't give me any. I just really want Quick and Ashley to mind their business. Now, I get it with the whole, you know, saying he's trying to get attention with wanting to end himself thing, but don't tell me how to raise my child or how to deal with my grown son, because you still got some time on your hands. Okay? They ain't nowhere near where Jamie and Arena are where it comes to little Jamie. So I really just wanted Quick to shut up and mind his business in this moment. I think both Jamie and Arena wanted him to do the same thing. And Jamie says, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know my son. Like, he's been getting in trouble since he was 15, and he just got arrested in 2021. Like, they're going to court for stuff that he's doing now, constantly having his back, trying to be there for him, but he's constantly getting himself in trouble. So what do they expect? What do Ashley and Quick expect for Jamie and Arena to do for their grown son? Unbelievable. But anyway, Ashley says she hopes they can move forward, and she isn't sure that that's the last encounter between little Jamie and big Jamie, like the one that they saw. But at the end of the day, it's like, who cares what y'all think? Mind y'all business, okay? So moving on, Sherelle's having her workout at Be Fit Well Studio. Now, let me tell y'all something. I have worked out at Be Fit Well Studio when it was formerly the Fat Body Factory. It is an amazing workout gym studio. You guys, if you're in the DMV area, you should definitely go there, or to Score Fitness in Camp Springs, Maryland. Two amazing female-owned gyms. I definitely thought it was very well put together. So many familiar faces in that video. I actually know Brittany, the owner of the gym. She's a very sweet girl. And apparently Sherelle and her have a relationship where Sherelle had a workout event there. So getting to the point, ladies are working out. Ashley is late. She pulls up about to run people over, child, because ain't no daggone parking over there. I will tell you that. So she hurries up and gets into the workout. They're working out. Winter shows up late. And of course, Ashley and Arena are murmuring about that. So Winter makes a joke about, I didn't get the wig memo. So see, Winter, you over here being shady. And they didn't even say nothing to you. So the workout is over. And Winter says goodbye to everybody. And then she says, well, I don't know who you are, to Alicia, which is Ashley's friend. And Alicia was like, oh, you will never try me. The way you've been, you try them, you will never try me. Girl, okay, Alicia. All right. We know you want to be seen too, child, but I don't think Winter want to try her. I don't think she do, for real. I do believe her. So anyway, they end up going. Sherelle is on this, let me try to get Ashley and Winter to talk thing. And I'm just like, girl, just let it go. Don't even worry about that. Just like Arena, it kind of bothered me because Arena started talking to Sherelle about the whole situation with Mumbo Sauce and Joy and why Joy feels the way she feels. And like, saying that, basically repeating the fact that Joy said that Sherelle's husband was doing some shady dealings, basically sullying Joy's name in the streets and, not really doing what it takes to get the group back together and just really dividing everybody. And Sherelle was like, that's not true. My husband has done he has a lot of respect for that band. And he even tried to get everybody back together. But Joy is the one that's like the bad seed or whatever type of thing, allegedly. I'm just like, oh my God. So as they're having this conversation, that's when Winter comes over and says bye to everybody. Then Sherelle takes her outside because that exchange didn't go well between Winter and Alicia. So Ashley comes outside and she's like, this girl, you want me to talk to her? And she is out here bad mouthing my family and saying this and saying that. So then Winter and Ashley finally come toe to toe. They yelling back and forth a whole bunch of dumb nothings. I don't get it. Like, Ashley, you stuck your nose in Winter's business first. It's just is what it is. Like, why are y'all even sparring at this point? You know you're going to be on the show with her. You know you're going to see her again. Just move on, child. Move the heck on, okay? So Sherelle says, you know what? After everything I done seen today, I'm not trying to get y'all back. I'm not going to try to get y'all back together no more. You do you, and I'm going to do me. If y'all going to be friends, that'll be on your own account. If you're not going to be friends, it's going to be on your own account. It just won't be on my bill, okay? Sherelle has decided to take herself out of the situation, okay? So then somehow they end up talking about the Mumbo Sauce thing again, as Winter left. And talking about Joy and, her being in the group. I just feel like Arena was seen saying that she feels like Sherelle is being messy, trying to force Ashley and Winter to talk to each other. But I'm like, well, girl, you trying to force Joy and Sherelle to talk to each other. You trying to force Joy to not hold a grudge against Sherelle and Black. What's the difference between what you're doing? You minding their business and they are minding. Who minded somebody's business, child? I just lost my thought. Arena is minding Sherelle and Joy's business, and Sherelle is minding Alicia, Ashley and Winter's business. All of y'all up in each other's business. I don't. What else is going on? You mind your business and they mind their business. It is what it is. They're not going to be friends. It's just not going to happen. But Ashley admitted in an interview that she likes to spar with Winter. She's like, at least Winter gives me something to go on. And I'm like, is that what y'all doing? Just trying to find out who's going to say the funniest quip? Who's going to have the funniest comeback? Y'all getting real lame with that. But moving on. Arena and Jamie's daughter invites them over, as well as little Jamie, because she's tired of everybody kind of being on the outs with each other, and she wants them to have a conversation so that they all can get on the same page. Little Jamie can stop ignoring his parents. I just think that that's childish. Like, you ignoring your parents because they're not doing what you want them to do. And I see he pulled up to the car to their house, to his sister's townhouse, in that car that him and his mama went to go look at. That she probably co-signed for and just told us she didn't. But I digress. So little Jamie arrives first to his sister's home. Okay. Um, they're chopping it up, talking. Apparently, she has a boyfriend now. He starts asking questions about the boyfriend, and she's stalling basically at this point because she knows that the parents are coming over, but they don't know that little Jamie is there. So she's setting everybody up. So a few minutes later, after they're talking and she done made some charcuterie board and all this stuff, and they just hanging out, there's a knock at the door, and little Jamie was like, "Oh, you expecting somebody? Oh, okay." So in comes Jamie, Arena, and their grandmother. And little Jamie was like, "Oh, that's my mother. I know that laugh." Anyway, so I guess they're going to sit down and have a family chat just to kind of figure out like what is going on and create better communication habits, because it's not good for little Jamie to just be like, "Oh, I'm mad at you. You didn't do what I want. So now I'm not going to talk to y'all." That's childish. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I ain't going to like it. Okay. But you know what? He's been doing that for so long that I guess they just like, "Oh, he'll come around when he want to come around." But that's not the best way to think about stuff like that. Like, y'all need to be in communication. Y'all are family. You know what I mean? So I just couldn't imagine. But y'all, that's it for episode 3 and 4 of Love and Marriage DC. Next week looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. I love the way that the cast is meshing together. I feel like this season is just, it has so much more depth. And I am so excited to see where it goes. So thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.